Welcome back to our our Pokemon Fire Red Nuzlocke, where everything is pretty standard. I nearly screwed up at the very beginning of the game. Actually, I did screw up at the very beginning of the game, but because I didn't have my Pokedex, we didn't count it. First things first, recap. I caught a Rattata named Hermione and a Spearow named Jacques. I caught the Hermione on Route 1, and I caught Jacques on Route 2. We're going to need to buy some potions and some Pokeballs. We have caught a Pokemon on Route 1. It's not Route 2 that I caught the thing. Whatever is to the left over there, that's what we caught. Now, I can't use items in battle, but I can use them outside of battle. And I have gotten through Mountain Moon, especially in the originals, in dangerous circumstances, I guess I should say. Get out of my way, dude. Oh, we gotta do this anyway. In the originals, talking to this dude was optional. And it was useful because it opened up a number of glitches. I need to go get that. Like it erased your trainer name or something like that, and that became your encounter data. It stored your name in the encounter data or something, so when you went to an area that did not have an encounter table set up, your name was still there, and the result was that you could catch some really interesting Pokemon. Missing though, obviously, but as I caught level 132 Blastoise, level 132 Charizards, all that kind of great stuff. Alright, so we are on Route 2. We have not caught anything here yet. And now we're going to. Let's see what we get. A Rattata. Well, we are using the duplicates clause, so this Pokemon does not count toward my capture. Which means I can knock it out, or I can run from it, and I can still catch a Pokemon on Route 2. The last time I ran Fire Red, I did not use the Dupes Clause, and as a result, this would have been it for Route 2. I just wouldn't have been able to catch a Pokemon on this route. And that made the game so much more unnecessarily difficult. It wasn't fun. It was tedious. Especially because in these early routes, so many Pokemon repeat. Well, I learned my lesson, and we're not using the Dupes Clause. I mean, we are using the Dupes Clause on this run. Obviously, we're using set battle style. No items in battle. Have to name everything. If something faints, we have to release it. All pretty standard Nuzlocke rules. Nothing too fancy, nothing extravagant. Just standard. Because my last run failed outside of Rock Tunnel. It didn't actually fail. It was unnecessarily difficult because of the Dupes Clause that I had in place, or that I did not have in place, rather. And the fact that all I had was a Magikarp. And a something, I want to say it was a Magnemite. And that was what I had to use to get through Rock Tunnel. So I grinded up the Magikarp into a Gyarados, which took forever. Holy crap, that took forever. It was not entertaining content. I would really like to not encounter any more Rattatas, so there we go. We can capture this Pidgey. Assuming we don't kill it. And the chances are pretty good of accidentally killing it. Like, one critical hit will probably kill the thing. I feel like Bubble will take it into the yellow and make it a little easier to catch. Oh, then you got some pretty high special defense there, Pidgey. Squirtle had stab on that. Alright, Pidgey should be captured. I can't imagine failing to capture this level 4 Pidgey that's in the red. We're gonna pop back down to the Pokemon Center, heal these dudes up. Because Rascal is now down to 8 hit points, and we don't want to enter Viridian Forest with 8 hit points. Alright, we got a male Pidgey. I can only think of one name. Ichabod. Perfect. Ichabod the Pidgey. I don't think I spelled Ichabod right. I'm pretty sure it's like I-C-H. I don't care. How to spell Ichabod is not anything I've needed to know at any point in my entire life. And I'm not going to start needing to know now. No, I do need to take one quick second to update the overlay here to reflect our new catch. Alright, simple enough. Now back to the game. Now we can catch something in Viridian Forest. I'm really hoping for a Caterpie, because Brock has a Geodude and an Onix, and they both have really low special defense as Rock-type Pokemon, and very high defense. And Caterpie evolves into Butterfree, and at level 12, I believe, Butterfree gains Confusion, which is a decently powerful attack that can help very much against Brock. Of course, we do have Rascal, and Rascal does have Bubble, but Bubble also isn't super powerful. But here we go. We're gonna... Hopefully it's a Caterpie. It's not. It's a Weedle. Yay. I just remembered that Gust is a flying type move in Pokemon Fire Red, so that's good news. It'll make... What did I just name Pidgey? Ichabod. It'll make Ichabod a little bit easier to level here. I really would have preferred a Caterpie. But you get what you get in a Nuzlocke. And what we got, in theory, no. Well, really? You're a level 3 Weedle in the yellow. Come on, man. Okay. What we got is a male Weedle that we're gonna name Orby, because it's got a little round head that just looks like an orb. Gonna update our overlay real quick. That doesn't take long. All right, we are all set. This is everything we can capture here. This is our team as we go up against Brock. Squirtle, well, excuse me, Rascal, Hermione, Shock, Ichabod, and Orby. I shouldn't be leveling Hermione. In the originals, Pokemon was to the right and back was down, so just out of force of habit, because I've played those games so many times, I try to go to the right in order to get to my Pokemon. Is flying physical in Gen 3? I would imagine that it is. Which means that Harden is helping it against Heck. This was before the physical special split with attacks, which was a huge benefit to the game. Going back in time to before that split is a little weird and jarring, because like every fire attack is a special attack. Every flying attack is a normal attack, I believe. I gotta swap out Hermione. I don't need her to gain levels here. I guess we can determine... It doesn't look like Harden is helping Metapod against Peck. In which case, Peck would be doing special damage. It certainly doesn't seem to be helping, though. Alright, we're gonna swap Hermione and Jacques so that Hermione isn't sapping away some of the experience. I don't know if any of that came through or not. That was loud as hell in my headphones, though. Please don't poison me. Okay, good. That is the big problem with facing off against Weedles, is that they can poison you. And antidotes are limited at this point in the game, because there's only so many trainers for me to fight. But this is a really good spot to level... Yeah, where were you a few minutes ago, Caterpie? Caterpie? It's definitely Caterpie, but it looks like it should be Caterpie. It's not a threat to Jacques. Only Poison Sting really is, because it can cause poison, which again... forces me to use an antidote, or go back to the Pokemon Center if I have enough health remaining. I kind of think I should be leveling Ichabod rather than Jacques. I'm not entirely sure. Good job, Jacques. Way to go. I think we're going to fast forward and do some of this grinding because this is going to take a while, honestly. And the chances of me dying while doing this are minimal, so there's really nothing to watch. And it's just going to drag out the video if I keep running my mouth through it, so I'm just gonna shut up and do some grinding. We're not going to fast forward through the trainer battles because things could go wrong here. Man, Jacques is hitting pretty hard. I approve. Yeah, just keep spamming that string shot. Don't actually do any damage. Good job, Weedle. Of course, you do outspeed Jacques now, but that doesn't matter if you're just going to use string attack. Or string shot, whatever the hell it's called. Oh, and this is a Caterpie. This is even less of a threat. And a string shot. Random AI, though, so they don't really know what they're doing. Well done, Jacques. I'm proud of you. You showed that Caterpie who's boss. Back to grinding. Pikachu could actually kill Jacques because he's only got Thundershock and Growl. Thundershock and Growl, I think. And Thundershock could hit fairly hard. Yeah, that's a powerful hit. One critical hit like that could make my life miserable. Luckily, it's not a concern, but look at that guy. Is it any wonder he became the series mascot? He's so freaking adorable. Anyway, back to grinding. Another quick little trainer battle. Should be fine. I mean, there's not much to see or do here. Well done, Jacques. I'm impressed. Jacques hits hard. It's pretty risky, but I really need Orby to get the experience. And the result is he took that string shot, which is meaningless. And doesn't matter, Weedle used another string shot. Of course he did. Well done, Jacques. I am impressed. Jacques is kicking some butt. Alright, so his Kakuna cannot do anything to Orby or to Jacques. And this might be a really good way to learn whether or not Peck and flying moves are physical or special. It's 2 hardens, so should be pretty weak here. Oh no, man, that still did quite a bit of... Let's use a growl to give him time to use a few more hardens. One more. Okay. Okay, so flying or at least Peck. Well, no, this is Gen 3, so flying is physical damage in Gen 3. Okay, that's good to know. No real problem with that trainer battle, so we're gonna go back to grinding now. And Orby is level 6, so we don't have to do any more switch training to get him up. I don't know how much grinding I want to do, honestly. It's always worst at the beginning, because there's just so much of it to do, because Rock Pokemon are level 12 and 14, I think, and everything you catch is level 3.
Scrumptious.
Alright, well, Weedle is now fully evolved into a Beedrill. That was tedious and exhausting, even at 300% speed, or whatever speed we're at. And he's still not going to be very useful. I think we're good, though. I think we're gonna take on Brock. This might be a horrible mistake. We're gonna take on Brock's little underling first. And we'll see how we go on with that. And then we might take on Brock. If not, more grinding is going to be necessary, and I really don't want to do it. Even at 300, 400, 500% speed, whatever we're at, it's miserable. The problem with both Geodude and Onix is that lowering their defense is not overly useful because they have Harden and they will use it a lot, as well as Leer to lower your defense. I did not realize his Geodude was level 10. Come on, Rascal, you can do it! Alright, that bodes well for our fight against Brock. Of course, Brock's Geodude is level 12. But Rascal will be level 12 by the time we get to that at this point, clearly. Alright, so Sandshrew tanked that hit a lot better than the Geodude did. Shot. Wow. At least Sandshrew still is no real threat to Rascal, so we have that going for us. That little animation's just so unnecessary. Alright, here we go. I didn't even save it. I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, if I lose, then the run is over, so... Not much point in saving it, huh? Level 12 Geodude. Yep, I was right about that. This should one-shot him. Might be two. But I think one will take care of it. Very close. Defense curl, irrelevant. Okay, so basically, we one-shot Geodude. Rascal will probably gain a level here. And go up to 13. We'll see. Okay, looking good. Looking very good. $40 power, 20 power. Wow, that's significantly better. Yeah, forget Bubble. Learn Water Gun. Excellent. This is we're probably just going to one-shot the Onix now. Meaning I did all that worrying for nothing, because this is twice the attack power. Yeah, one-shot the Onix. Alright! I did all that worrying for nothing. Easy enough. Super easy. Too easy. Of course, I did have Squirtle against Brock. But still, I was worried. Alright, well, this is going to wrap up the second episode of this Pokemon Nuzlocke. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Next episode, we're going to be taking on Mount Moon. Hopefully there will be no more long periods of grinding like that. Well, we got pretty much everything up to par at this point. And anything else we need to level, we can level while, you know, making progress through the game. We don't have to stop and grind like we did earlier. So we're going to go hit the Pokemon Center, and that's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, I do have a Bloodstained Ritual of the Night run going on simultaneously. I also have a video coming out soon, might be out before this one comes out, about the various evil things that Nintendo has gotten up to recently. And like, some of them are actually legitimately evil. We're not being hyperbolic, we're not exaggerating. Nintendo is actually literally evil. But thank you so much for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that awesome stuff. It's all very much appreciated. This is almost a brand new channel that I'm trying to grow. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.